What the fuck's going on here?
Huh? Oh, I realised I couldn't check all my social media accounts at once. So I've got this little setup going.
Jesus Christ, you got a problem, mate.
It's mint. Fuck you. And Will, he just changed his profile picture.
How's it going down there, Will?
He's waiting for likes.
He likes. He likes.
You know, in the business,
That's what it is.
like in TV and stuff, when they're counting down, they go, the stagehand or whoever it is that does that, they go 5, 4, and I can't remember if they say 3. They might say 3, but then they go, and they don't say it.
Yeah.
But
I've seen that.
4, 3. I nearly fucking missed 2. I went 3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a bit trickier than you thought, hey?
There's too much pressure. Those guys should get a pay rise.
Anyway, we're being pimped out by Facebook.
Pimped out.
Yeah,
Like
they're
Pimp My
whoring
Ride?
us out to Trump. Was it Trump?
Not us specifically.
Yeah, no. They're
But-
fucking us.
I didn't have anything to do with it. Don't believe the hype.
I think I had an integral sort of part to play with Donald Trump getting elected.
Really?
Yeah,
Are
to
you one
some
of those
degree.
snowflakes they talk about?
Or what?
Possibly, yeah.
Snowflakes?
I think bit of a butterfly effect, you know? Butterfly flaps its wings in
But
Australia. Donald Trump gets elected in America.
the story that came out today, which is going to date this podcast, obviously, is about 50 million users on Facebook having their data sold
Yeah.
to the Trump campaign in 2016, which broke the terms of service that Facebook set up themselves, the Facebook terms of service. And this has been kind of a burning topic on our minds for a while.
Yeah.
And now that we've got a camera that runs for an hour, we thought,
Hopefully.
well, what a day to do it.
Hopefully.
They've really stepped in some dookie.
I didn't read any articles relating to this issue, but did they directly breach the terms of the conditions of use terms of service or whatever?
Yeah.
Or did they was there like little provisions in there that they were able to do it, but it was pretty shady?
No,
Or was it
been
direct
confirmed that
breach?
they breached their own terms of service.
Yeah.
Selling data to Cambridge Analytica, which I think is like a third party, like political analyst sort of
Yeah. Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
That sort of pulls data together and gives that information to political campaigns.
What
Interesting.
kind of stuff would even
To
be
improve their-
helpful? Like what kind of information?
Oh, anything that sort of categorizes a type of person, what things they're into, so you can like market to them more
Yeah.
easily,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly it would just be
access
like,
their minds a bit,
Things
a
that
bit easier.
they think, finding out what people that belong in certain demographics value, I would imagine, and then you could tailor a political campaign towards appealing to those values and things like that.
yeah, I wonder how
do people
select
care about?
Yeah, I wonder how select the people were. If it was like, we're going to grab X amount of people from this location, X amount from here, or it was just 50 million random Americans.
Yeah, I don't know what what the selection process was for the users, but
It possibly could have been based around how many votes each state gets. I might think.
I'm not sure.
So
But
vaguely understanding that different states have more, like a greater population, so their votes are reflected in that manner.
yeah, but they changed their terms of service shortly after. They've tightened their services after all that, so
Yeah.
well, at least that's what they say.
That-
So
but then it's like they broke their own rules the first time. Why does changing the rules help?
yeah, who knows what they're doing right now that we don't know about? But
Shady shit.
yeah, this is kind of like I've felt an upswell recently in the past month or so of Facebook hate. There's always been a decent amount, but now it's like the tide is really seeming to turn against them. And today's story isn't that surprising, but it's like a catalyst, I think. And as I looked up before, last quarter was the first time they had a drop in users.
Yeah.
First time ever. I think it was about 1 million users deactivated their account. Sorry, deleted.
Yeah,
Deactivated or deleted, I'm not sure, because there's a difference. Because deleting your account is a 3-step process.
Yeah.
3 steps.
Yeah, like to actually properly delete it. Like deactivating it just sort of puts it on pause.
Yeah.
It's always there. It's always there.
Yeah, even once you delete it, is your profile still there for people to look at?
Well,
or
if
your
you go through the process
data?
to actually delete it, it's gone.
Yeah.
But like deactivating it's all there.
Yeah.
And apparently it takes 90 days to fully like get rid of all the data.
And
on
even
your-
then, it's
on your
like
profile.
you can never
I don't know
really
what the
delete.
deal with that is.
You can never really delete something off the internet, can you? It's
Someone might have saved some shit, and your data
Yeah,
most
that's it.
likely that's been taken from your profile.
well, it's like
it's saved somewhere. So
it's like radio frequencies. They exist forever once they're put out. They're just bouncing around.
is that true?
Yeah,
I'll take your word for it.
I heard it on the radio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I actually
That's
did.
ironic. That's ironic.
They're trying to sound like hip and cool. We're modern. Our data lasts forever.
Yeah, socials.
Socials.
Get off the socials. Yeah, so have you felt the same feeling? That recently there's been a real turn.
Yeah. I'm just back on Facebook. I'm a recovering Facebook addict. And I've noticed since I've come back that most of my news feed is just pages and
Garbage.
adverts, and not, contrast that back to when you first sort of got on Facebook for the first like 5 years. It was very personal.
Yep.
People posting statuses, actually informing you about what people are doing in their lives.
Yeah,
Now
kind of
it's
what
like-
Instagram is now,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is why we're on Instagram.
You love that.
It's not going to come up. Yeah, I'm in the same boat because I started to notice like a year or two ago that it wasn't serving me any purpose, any positivity.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would just, if it just got down to pre-roll videos, you scroll down, it'd just be some video of, I don't know, a monkey on a motorbike, or I don't know, just your friends tagging another friend in some bullshit.
It's always bullshit.
I'm looking at you. I won't say the names. It doesn't matter.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like,
I'm getting you wrong.
heaps of the shit that people tag me, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that's funny. But like,
Most
at
of
the
the
same
time,
time,
I disagree.
it's
Aiden?
just
Sometimes it's funny.
calling him out.
It's all right. He's
Yeah,
not
no,
listening.
like it's funny, but at the same time, it's like I could have got through my day without this. Like, I didn't really need this interaction. If you even want to go as far to call it that.
So yeah, I mean, we started with the whole privacy thing, but if you get down to it, I think the main problem is the time wasting and the lack of substance in the content,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the constant dopamine cycle.
Get me
So
started.
I did the same thing like a year or two ago. Like I still kind of have to use it for social groups and
Yeah.
events and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just decided to unfollow manually literally everything in my feed except for like 3 things, like 1 or 2 people and like 1 band and shit memes. Shouts out Dart Sultan. Yeah, and that radically improved
Yeah.
just my online experience, because it just wasn't like
It was just
scrolling through
yeah.
all this garbage, like people I didn't know, content I didn't want to see, just memes from the bottom of the cultural barrel, just the constant dopamine cycle, trying to get down to the bottom of the page. And
Yeah.
you're like, wow, I fucking wasted my time. I haven't even got out of bed yet.
Do you want to explain what you mean by the dopamine cycle?
Oh, okay. Well, every time you scroll, and also this applies to like other social media
Yeah,
apps.
just in general.
Yeah. So you scroll in expectation of getting some content that's relevant, and whether it is or not, you scroll down, you get a little dopamine hit, bang, keep scrolling. You're like, more,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's just a cycle, constant, and you get no reward,
No.
don't you?
Not really, no.
Because when you scroll through Facebook and think, well, that really benefited me. I'm so glad I read that.
I needed that.
Yeah, so I got out of that. I wish I could completely delete it, but everyone's...
It's more of a burden to completely get rid of it than it is to just like hang on to it sort of thing.
So much of our online social lives are intertwined with Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's offshoots like Messenger.
Yeah.
That's such a useful thing, but fuck, I wish we could go back in time and just avoided using it and you'll use some other, I don't know, keep texting or something. I don't know. But yeah.
And it's like limited to 120 characters or something.
What is?
Like the old school text messages.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I got to pay an extra 25 cents.
Is that true?
That's what it was back in
Way
when I
back.
had like a Nokia phone.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't
It's
remember anything before
What?
2017.
17. Well, like, I think it's the same with even iPhones now, but the thing is, no one's plan is like you pay for individual text. It's just unlimited text. So
Yeah,
that
it is
just got
now, yeah.
wiped out,
Yeah, it is now, isn't it? Yeah.
which was like, would have been the fucking craziest thing like 10 years ago. Unlimited text. Jesus.
Can you imagine back when we were texting on those fucking Nokias and you had to like press the numbers on the
I
keypad
was
like
a
multiple
jet at
times?
that.
Jesus.
Could you imagine like
I
having
got
an argument with
predictive
your
text.
partner or something like that
Yeah.
and having to write out a fucking essay? Like your text having a bit of a text fight?
Did you ever get around predictive
Jesus.
text?
Yeah.
That was
good.
it was an art. You had to learn how to do that. It wasn't just all the letters there. You had to know how to spell words a bit better than you have to on an iPhone.
Having to
Yeah.
fucking tap JKL 3 times to get an L.
Nah, the worst was like
What a terrible
the one that
setup.
had like 4 letters. I think it was like W was in there. I can't remember which other. like
WXYZ was
Yeah,
that the one?
Yeah, it's
maybe.
WXYZ.
Because you use them less, maybe they just chunked them together.
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck. Where's the foresight, guys?
That was brutal.
Anyway, but yeah. Dopamine cycle. And I mean, one of the Facebook co-founders brought that up themselves. They were like, sorry, we've brainwashed you into
Yeah.
constant dopamine cycle.
I
Yeah.
read that.
Yeah, I'm sure we can throw it in the show notes, but yeah, it was pretty powerful. He was like, sorry, we've socially conditioned you.
And everyone loves
brutal,
some good
man.
algorithms.
He said,
love
yeah, he said
algorithms.
he was like genuinely scared for like the next generations and things like that.
Well, you can already see the effect it's had on like kids that are, I don't know, born from like 2000 and after, maybe a bit after.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, they're just like completely different kids to what like we would have been at their age.
The online activity, is like heightened, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on.
Like it was more of like a privilege sort of thing to have internet access and be able to communicate with your mates and play online games or whatever it is. That was like seen as
RuneScape,
more of like a,
shouts out.
I don't know, sort of like not the norm. So it was more like you sort of were more like, oh, I actually really enjoy this because it's such a privilege that I get to do this. But now it's just
Yeah.
like the given, and like all kids are playing like the games and whatever.
Yeah.
I sound
Yeah.
like a fucking old man.
Yeah, it's not too bad though because it's a pretty valuable tool, isn't it?
What
From
is?
the internet?
Oh, definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
communicate, bang, bang,
for
bang.
sure.
Yeah.
I think in terms of Facebook,
But, yeah.
I think it's like gone too far. But
Yeah, the way we use the internet is the problem, not necessarily
yeah.
the technology itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still? So what's going on with your feed? Just as a quick aside, do you still follow a bunch of shit?
Yeah, just it's like standard.
Because I thought you did the same unfollowing thing.
I started doing it, but then I just abstained completely. Like I just got rid of the
Yeah.
app and just relied on Messenger.
Okay.
And like somehow I was able to kind of like navigate that fine line between being completely off the grid from Facebook, but still being in touch with my friends enough to
How
get.
did you know about events? People would
That's
just tell you, or would you just ask,
Yeah,
like, hey, what's going on
I
this
just
weekend?
I see people often enough that I'd just be in the loop.
Oh, really?
Well, I'd always like bring up things of like, oh, yeah, you go into such and such, and you'd be like,
Didn't
this is the
even
first
know.
time hearing.
So you took one for the team, really.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
You and like Steve and stuff like that.
That's the
were-
thing, that it only works because the other people are still on it. What
Yeah.
happens when everyone's like, nah, fuck this? Then do we just become more sociable because we actually have to communicate?
Then we start a cult.
There's got to
Shut
be
up.
some app where it's just like a calendar sort of thing, like you know, the events section of Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only valuable thing for me, really.
Yeah.
It's that, or like, yeah,
Yeah, because that's like a handy tool, like to be able to just have like this one page and click whatever people you want, invite, here's what's happening, this is the date. So easy, like compared to if you have to fucking individually message or call 30 of your mates or however many fucking people you want.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And like maybe like a Discord thing combined with that, where you can only send text, so you can have the event thing and your social group, where you just like throw in like, oh, who wants to do this week, without having to set up an actual event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Discord, I think, has images in that, and you can send memes, so that still doesn't really get around the fact that you're constantly in that dopamine cycle of garbage.
Yeah.
I used to get it so bad, like logging onto Facebook and just checking for notifications, like feeling like almost like anxious anticipation, because I wanted to see like numbers. I wanted to see those, like that little random notification that said like 6, and I'd be like, fucking start getting that rush, and then I'd open it up and see all these like comments and likes, and just be like, I could feel it like surging through me.
That's why,
Sorry, you go.
That's why I think Twitter's fucked up as well, because it's the feed is even quicker, and there's even more shit on the wall, you know.
Yeah.
Shorter characters throwing whatever. And what's ironic is there's a hashtag delete Facebook campaign going on Twitter. It's like, do you not see the irony in that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what the alternative protest to it is, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it has to do with something.
Well, you think
in the
back to
real world.
you think back to like MySpace, and it was like, I don't really remember there being such like a news feed. Like it was a kind of different concept. Like you could post, I don't know if it was called a status, but the same sort of idea. But it was, it wasn't like you would be scrolling for fucking ages. Like you would check it, and if you didn't have like a message, there wouldn't really be that much reason for you to hang around. It was like comments or something.
Yeah.
When someone would directly message you.
I should quickly add though, the hashtag delete Facebook campaign is specifically about the selling of the users to the Trump campaign. So it's not necessarily what we're talking about, the protest against that, but still there's irony there. But yeah, sorry.
How much do you think Facebook has changed us? Like, how much do you think we've adapted to Facebook? Or like, how much do you think Facebook has adapted to suit us? Like, so looking at like how it's changed and evolved over the last 10 years, has it more evolved to suit what we truly want as a
I think so.
mass or like user base?
Turned up what we want, but turned way the fuck up.
Yeah.
I think-
or is it altering the
I think
way that we
want
interface with
drama,
the internet?
We want.
Sorry about that, folks.
So before that happened, the technical catastrophe, you're asking. What were you asking?
I asked, has Facebook changed the way that we interface with the internet
Yep.
or social media?
Well, we adapted.
or has Facebook evolved to suit our needs, and it's becoming this thing that's perfectly aligned with our values and how we
I think it's sort of the last one. It's not necessarily our needs, but we're wired to like look for drama, interaction, experience. I was reading this study today that put young adults into a room for I think 15 to 20 minutes, nothing in the room, complete silence, and they would rather get an electrical shock than sit in that room. Like they put them back in the room and said, we'll give you the opportunity to shock yourself. And they did it.
I think I saw
Some of them
this.
did it like 4 times.
What the fuck?
So we don't necessarily want a constant stream of memes, videos, pictures, statuses, news articles, but we're wired to like look for the new threat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look for the new thread. Look for forage for food, etc., etc. It's just like that dopamine pursuit. So I think it's that. Also, is it changing the way we interact online? What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Even on a like a real basic level, like some of the weird abbreviations that we used that you just never saw before.
You mean
social
like literal
media
language?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's changing the way we speak. Like people which we're basically trying to shorten everything so that we don't have to spend too much time.
Okay. So do you think that originated with Facebook, or is that just online communication in general that sort of changed that?
I think Facebook fast-tracked it. I think it was
Accelerated
probably always there.
It was that damn MSN.
Yeah, MSN was like the seedling, and then Facebook's just the fucking tree now that's just getting out of control.
Yeah,
and
it'll be cut down at some point, but then something else will grow in its place. But yeah. Do you think there's anything else insidious that Facebook has sent a cascade of in our society?
I think they're ruining people's lives.
Very dramatic way to put it.
So cynical.
I think they've completely reshaped how we interact with each other socially for the worse.
Really?
Yeah, I would almost go out and say that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. I've just read a couple of things about Facebook here, and there's like 2 billion users or something. That was from like June last year.
Quite a successful company.
You think about the world's 7 billion, and then you equate for all the people living in like poverty that wouldn't have access to internet. So like of the people that do have access to internet, you could probably say a very large proportion of them would have Facebook or just some form of social media.
I think for me personally, there's two sides to it. I do kind of agree with you, but also the social organisation aspect of Facebook has been invaluable to me. Events and social groups, that's actually pretty important. Yeah.
I think if you're aware of the kind of impact it can have on your life, I would say that I am. I know you are. I mean, we all are. But if you're aware that you can actually, just like anything else, you can get addicted to it, and you can use it for the wrong reasons and just sit there mindlessly scrolling, or you can use it for its practical application of like using it to amplify your social life and make events and coordinate with people. It's really good for that. But
that's a good point. Self-awareness about its proper use.
I don't think a lot of people are self-aware about it. I think people are just it's just such an ingrained part of their day.
Yeah,
just
legit.
Scroll.
Yeah, so PSA, if you wake up every morning and before you get some sun, you open up Facebook and scroll all the way down, fucking stop it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not really
Take
much,
a second and realise what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm not really much for...
Same for Reddit and everything. It's the same. At least you can curate really specifically with Reddit. But
yeah.
I'm not much for like picking up my phone in the morning and just like scrolling mindlessly. Like I don't have the mental capacity at that time to even think about doing that. I'm just like, I'll check my phone, and if there's notifications, then I'll probably check it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to just like be fucking in the pitch black in my room, just like on my side, bright light in my face, scrolling through it.
I'd suggest turning your phone on airplane mode, like overnight.
Yeah.
And then when you get up, don't even turn it on again until you've, I don't know, had a shower and done everything else, gone out in the sun, had your coffee. Yeah,
I think certain things you need to get done in the morning before you hit Facebook, like have breakfast, get some sun, shower, take care of your hygiene.
Yeah.
I know that in the deepest, darkest moments of my addiction to Facebook.
This is an open space.
Yeah.
You can tell us.
I couldn't get up in the morning without getting on Facebook, man. It was like a fucking coke addict, like waking up, doing a line of coke before you could get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, and then checking Facebook.
But it was terrible, and I would scroll every time. I mean, I downloaded an app that would track my social, like my app usage.
Oh yeah.
And I was going onto it like I was opening it like 50 times a day.
Yeah.
I was averaging like 6 minutes or something like that for each time. It was ridiculous figures, and that's when it really switched me on. I was like, holy shit!
Yeah,
And I would scroll. I would open my Facebook, look at my newsfeed, and I would scroll until I've consumed all the content that's new, and I would like start seeing old stuff, and then I got that itch, that anxiety to want to do that would be gone, and I could put it away for another 10 minutes maybe.
10 minutes, yeah. It's not much of a respite, is it?
You think about why they use algorithms now compared to when it was just all chronological order. That's probably why, because you don't get to the end. There is no end. There's just more.
Yeah.
It's more shit.
It's just total self-destruction.
They poke and they prod into our psychology, our evolutionary biology, to really get at what triggers us.
I think that is sinister to me. That they understand our psychology, and to a degree where they could basically exploit us and without us being even aware of it.
It's not
that's
an accident.
terrifying.
It's not an accident.
Yeah. Well, it's not run to be fucking ethical, and like
they're trying to make money.
Yeah, it's a fucking business
But,
at the end of the day.
If a business is detrimental to society and to you personally, then you can boycott it.
Yeah. Well, you can say that
It's
fucking
okay.
alcohol.
Take them down. It's fine.
But it's so subjective, because like we've talked about things that are beneficial about it as well.
Yeah.
So
I know.
can you pick and choose and be like, well, actually they do this, so boycott it. You could be like, oh, alcohol creates alcoholics. Let's ban alcohol.
I think we'll get to a point where society in general are like aware of it being taken to the extreme, and that most people are taking it to the extreme, and we'll start educating. I think we'll get to a point where we'll start educating young children in schools.
Yeah, you fucking almost have to at this point.
To be responsible with their social media usage, because it is like an addiction. You know, you're spending time, like dedicating your time to something that's just basically useless, like jargon bullshit, and when you could be doing something productive. Like, it's almost an addiction in that sense.
I definitely agree, because it's so early when you really think about it that we don't really know the full impact of social media.
Yeah.
I hate constantly saying social media.
Where's that term even been keyed from? Like, it's such a strange term. Social media. Like, it's not news.
What do you mean? It's media that's social.
But when I hear media, I think of like news and like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think of like, I don't know, Facebook and shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where it first came about.
Who coined the phrase?
I could probably Google it, but they're also sinister. No, I don't know. What was I saying?
Sorry.
That's right. Yeah, we don't really know how this is all going to play out yet, really.
Yeah.
So, a few years down the track.
But that's the thing, it's ever evolving. So like
Exponentially.
Yeah, give it 10 years and like Facebook might be completely gone and there'll be something else in its place, and
Vera.
the whole
Garbage.
The whole like concept might be completely different, like with a news feed, and that might just be, that's out the window. Could be something else, and it's just ever evolving.
Here's something.
Where does it end?
Here's something to think about. Like, obviously, one of the most important things a human needs to live a healthy life and to be fulfilled is community.
Sex. What?
Yeah.
That's another thing. Yeah. But yeah, community.
So like feeling included and having a...
Yeah. Do we know yet if online community is an equivalent to community, or we just not figured it out yet? Is online community inherently inferior to real life communities?
It's got to be.
Or have we not just figured it out yet and it's too early in the age of online communication? Do you know what I'm asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think right now, yeah, you couldn't compare the two.
Would it never ever replace? Yeah.
It could. But like right now...
Substitute parts of community.
Yeah. Like right now...
But not a whole... Yeah, not the whole...
You wouldn't think an online friendship would outdo like something that you've experienced with a person in real life. Like...
Yeah. Or a group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like obviously some people we sort of talked about it the other day. I can't remember if you were there as well, when we were talking about like online gaming and stuff like that, and how like kids are being just like glued to the like screen playing online games and shit. And that's they're their friends. That like that's all they have, like their mates online playing the game, talking on the headset and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you draw the line where it's healthy that they're interacting with their friends, and I don't know, like where does it become beneficial and where is it detrimental?
I think I kind of agree. I think that things like Facebook and what else do we use? We use Snapchat. That's right.
Yeah.
Could be sort of an artificial fascia or tissue, and the real life community is the muscle and the bone.
Mm.
Or no, I guess maybe the online real community is the bone and the muscle is around it, sort of holding it all together.
Yeah.
I think that's what it could become, or what it should be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
You see people in real life, and that's where you get the real substance. But online community is where you sort of hold it all together, sort of organize it all.
Yeah, I think that's all it should ever be. But I think at this point it's something more than that, and I think it's a bit of a runaway case.
It's like a bell curve right now, and we've gone too far.
We've just gone a little bit too far. Let's just pull it back in. Come on, guys. Like, I mean, you look around at people in public, you know, and people on trains, buses, everyone. It's like the fucking Walking Dead for social media. Like, everyone's just sitting there glued to their phones. I don't know. I was probably too young before all this to really appreciate what the world was like when people didn't have that and you could just talk to someone. Like maybe if you try to talk to someone on a bus or a train before social media, you were still that weird guy. Just because you didn't have an alternative to actually look at your phone, you were still a weird guy. But I'd like to think that our relations with people in the community, strangers, was more pure and more
genuine,
open. Yeah. And now it's just like so many people on their phones, the opportunity's not there. It's just
Is that you romanticising the past though? Do you think that ever really happened? Like, people were probably still reading newspaper, reading books, sort of just staring into the distance, and we'd have to go much further back to find real community.
Yeah,
but that's a like a general example. But even, I mean, I think you've told this like little scenario before where you could be out for dinner with people, like maybe let's say that you've got a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you're out for dinner with one of their friends and their partner. Your girlfriend and their friend goes off, and it's you're left with a stranger, like someone else's boyfriend. Like, how quickly do people just pull their phones out as an excuse to avoid contact, like making a conversation?
Maybe. I think that's become even more awkward to do now because it's so obvious what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I think you're kind of forced now to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Because you put your phone, it's so obvious and
It's such
rude.
a bad way to look at it though. Like, I'm forced to talk to you. Like, oh, fuck, your life's so fucking miserable. You have to talk to someone in front of you.
If it's some other bloke, you just, I don't know, you devolve to talking about footy or something.
Yeah. Did you catch the game on the weekend?
Yeah. What do you think about bloody Nat Nui?
Nat Nui.
Yeah, but it's like, I think you were saying about you were waiting outside your lecture theatre, waiting to go into class, and like you made an effort to just like not be on your phone and just sort of hang around and just be in the actual physical environment that you were.
Yeah.
And you're looking around and everyone's just buried in their phone, like no one wants to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
it's freaky, man.
what are we all doing?
Do you think the content they're looking at was like valuable?
Exhilarating.
Looking at their timetable or like
I think they're all scrolling. it's so easy to see.
Because you just see their thumb
Yeah, you
going.
just see their thumb like repetitively going. It's like,
when are we going to have thumb injuries? Do we already have
It's arthritis of the thumb.
chronic inflammation in the thumb? Just from that.
Unless you're like a middle-aged mum and you use your index finger.
oh god,
They don't use their thumb.
Like this?
they can't.
Yeah, my dad's like that, with his glasses right on the tip of his nose, looking straight down.
And the flip out, the what's it called? The
flip
flip
out
case?
case.
with like all your
The
credit cards and shit. Yeah.
Because if you lose your phone, you lose all your cards as well.
Yeah, it's like, oh, if
Never
I'm going to lose
understood
one
that.
thing, I might as well lose it all.
Yeah.
RIP to my bank card that I lost.
Life motto.
Yeah, I think it's a tricky one. I think we just got to spread this idea of self-awareness. Just be aware of how much time you're spending on social media.
And
Is
make
it
an effort.
productive?
Yeah, make an effort to limit it when you can.
Yeah.
Like if you're with your mates or whatever, like you've gone to your mate's house to hang out or whatever, even if you're not really doing a lot, like just try and put your phone to the side, just leave it for a few hours.
Yeah.
Like
That's my fucking pet hate. If I'm out with friends and they get on their phone.
yeah,
If you're at a party,
I tell them
someone's
off.
on their phone.
I
It's
say
like,
stop being antisocial on your social media.
yeah, that's something I always make an effort. You know, if I go out, I put that thing away and I don't think about it.
That struck a point from what I was talking about before with real communities and online communities. You shouldn't bring your online community, even though you're probably not even using Facebook or something, you're just like scrolling through memes.
Yeah.
Don't bring it into your real,
Yeah, there
real
should be a
life.
separate thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
There should be a separation. Yeah. So, what do you guys think about the whole privacy issue from what we started with at the start?
As in that specific story? Or just
Well, that's just an example of what's going on, but what do you think about
I mean, it
if
depends.
someone came to you and told you all your data's been used, it's been sold to a political analyst or some sort of marketing company, how would you feel?
Well,
Would you actually give a shit?
Well, it depends what you even
Probably
put
not.
up there. Yeah, like
'Cause-
if you're sharing it to all your mates, like you'd think it's pretty not too like provocative, I guess, and like not like anything that would incriminate yourself.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what information would be useful to someone that I would be like, whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
what are you doing with that?
I mean, that personal profile stuff, yeah, but I do wonder how far the data goes because
Yeah.
Facebook is linked to almost every account you use. You know, you set up an account, it's like, do you want to use Facebook for it?
Yeah.
Easy,
Yeah, it's
sure.
like
It's easier.
sign in or
So
log in with
how-
Facebook.
It could go all the way down to your credit card. Well, we know that you use your credit card on something and ads for it will pop up
Yeah.
on your laptop or your computer, your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I've been educated to be very careful about what I put onto the internet. So
Yeah.
Really?
I think because of that, because I've demonstrated that awareness in what I've actually put on the internet, I don't think I would be too freaked out
No
if they
dick
took
pics?
my data. Yeah, a few dick pics. But I
Oh,
left
yeah,
my
yeah.
face out, so
okay,
They'd
Yeah.
never know.
yeah. But
They'd
you have a
never know.
tattoo of your own face next to your dick on your thigh, so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
That could be anyone's tattoo of Will.
yeah,
There's a few people that do have tattoos of me.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel. I'm inclined to say I wouldn't care. I'm inclined
think
to
it would-
say I wouldn't care, but I would maybe care about just in principle.
Yeah,
If someone
that's
took
what I
my
was about to
data,
say,
I wouldn't
yeah.
care the actual content, but I'm like, I feel a little bit violated, and I feel like I'm being used, and I feel like there's been an ulterior motive to what I thought was a good app all along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is becoming clear now. Facebook is basically, well, I know a lot of people are saying now that, I mean, Facebook is a glorified fucking surveillance company,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like
masquerading as a social media
well,
app.
you see, like, sort of going back to your point about being knowledgeable about what you're putting on Facebook and being a bit cautious with it. Like, you see so many people when they're facing like charges of something, like their Facebook or like friends of theirs' Facebooks could be used as like evidence against them, like whatever it is, like a photo or a video or something they said. I don't know, anything, or even just like, not even Facebook, but just like text messaging, like a cell reception tower could be like, oh yeah, they were in this location at this time. Like, just shows you how much technology,
Yeah.
like sort of that you're not even thinking about at the time. If you're committing some kind of crime, could really go against you.
It is a real tragedy that I cannot get away with murder anymore, pretty much.
Well, you go on your
I'm just saying, be a
iPhone
bit
settings.
safe.
I've shown this to you and a few other people, but you can go on your iPhone and into a certain location services settings, and it like has a log of where you've been, and you can look.
Yeah, it goes like recent or most visited locations, and it'll tell you the fucking exact address.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Pretty depressing. It was just like your house, Macca's, IGA, your house.
Yeah.
It's just
I was like, fuck, I need a better life.
yeah.
No one would want to steal my data if that's the case.
I think my data.
My data.
It's my data.
My
I think
data.
it should be worth something. You know, like, is that a conversation we should have? Maybe
We've probably already voided all our rights to it all.
I think your
along the way.
data's
like if
not
it's
to
going to be
not
used,
to offend, but I think your data's useless.
but if they're going to, I mean, like by itself, it's not. It's almost useless. But if you collect enough of it from enough people,
Yeah.
it has meaning and it's
Yeah,
valuable
you're
to
right.
someone.
Yeah, that's why political analysts use it in marketing companies because
Yeah. So
they can extract like whatever they can out of it.
yeah. So it's pretty crazy to think that when we're on the internet, we're typing in things into Google search, we're putting our email address out there, we're on Facebook, we're writing statuses, all that's being collected and then sold to third parties.
Yeah.
Like people are collecting it, then they're putting a monetary value on it, and then they're selling it. And it's like we're like the fucking, you know, the engine behind that. That's what we build the momentum of all that, and then someone along the line comes along and goes, "Well, now it's worth money." Well, like, is that a conversation worth having? Like, we don't see any part of that.
You're right. That's actually a good point. Yeah,
You know,
that we are sort of
We're the fuel, I'd say. Facebook's the engine, we're the fuel.
yes, and that feels a little shitty.
I feel like we should be compensated because you know we're contributing to that inadvertently.
So we should drop out.
Boycott Facebook.
Tune in, drop out.
Fuck Facebook.
Just leave
Hashtag fuck Facebook. Spread this on Reddit, Twitter,
Vero.
Snapchat,
I did pick up on that
and use them all constantly.
that quote.
What?
Was it Tim Leary that said that?
Oh, tune in, drop out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Leary. Yeah.
Except this time, just delete Facebook and not take LSD, or do both. I don't know. Whatever you're into.
I'll tell you something that I sort of just thought about just before, in terms of most social media, Facebook, Instagram. Why is it important that the user knows how many friends or likes a person gets or a post gets? Like, say I post a picture of myself, fucking whatever, and it comes up, says you have 20 likes. And that's displayed.
Validation, dopamine.
Yeah, but it's
Social
not displayed
status.
just to me. Everyone sees that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
that's
there's
such a
also-
weird
yeah.
thing. Like, it's definitely put there for a reason.
Yeah. Well,
Like, other people see that and they go, oh, like this person's popular or this person's not popular.
yeah, exactly.
And it's such a strange thing. Like, why should anyone else have to know?
It's,
what's
it's again with the evolutionary biology. Like humans compare themselves with other humans just by default. That's how we like see other people, especially men. And so they're tapping into that. So like if you have the highest likes, then people are like, oh, what are they doing right then?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So,
want those likes.
yeah.
And obviously you seeing the amount of likes that you get, that's validation, that's dopamine. That's like a game. It's like a mini game. You see that red dot?
Yeah.
I mean the red one. Also, no mistake that it's like red, that red like number.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you seen studies on that?
No.
How red is like an attractive color.
Yeah, like when you like
humans?
a post,
Yeah.
red heart.
Like it sends your heart rate up if you see a woman in a red dress as opposed to just a woman just wearing regular clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether you subconsciously know it or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, again with that poking and prodding into our biology and manipulating us.
It's fucked.
It's smart though for a business.
It is smart.
Oh, it's so smart. I watched The Social Network like a fortnight ago.
For the first time, or
Nah, I watched it again. It's the second time I watched it, and God.
Why? What about it?
It's just, yeah. It's
A
just
bad
so...
movie, or is it?
No, it's a good
Shows.
movie.
Oh, yeah.
And you just get an idea of like the Zuck and just,
The Zuck.
you know, how it all came about. And it's just freaky, man.
Like it's
Well,
even started
he's
with
a
Shady
genius.
Origins? Or
Wasn't it like more of not a
no.
dating, but sort of closer to that? It was like a hot or not sort of thing.
Yeah, it started off with one night he was drunk at Harvard, and he basically went to all these different it was either campuses or like fraternities or like social like clubs within Harvard and maybe other surrounding universities and things. He hacked into all their websites to get like the profile pictures that people had on them on their social network, I think it was called, and or their like social club pages, and he like basically created an algorithm where it would like bring up, it was just all girls, and it would bring up like two girls, and you would basically rate which one was hotter, and it was basically collecting all these images of girls from different frats or clubs or campuses and put it into like this algorithm where it was basically a rating system, and it was trying to determine who was the hottest.
And that's
like,
the
all these
origins.
people started like playing around with it. Yeah. Yeah,
Jesus.
so it began, that's like
It's
initially
not
where it
surprising.
began. And then they incorporated that
That's pretty
algorithm
seedy.
into Facebook.
Like
Well,
without permission, he
early
took their
development.
photos and put them into an algorithm.
Yeah, he hacked in. He got into trouble.
Well, it was probably started as like something that he never thought would come to what it is today. I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
I look into his eyes and it's all reptile.
I think he's
legit.
a reptile. I'm going to go out
There's
there
not a
and
lot
say
of
it.
life there.
He seems like the most antisocial kind of guy.
Yeah, they make him, they portray him as very like Aspie. It's just like,
Yeah.
really, really intelligent, doesn't understand social cues,
Yeah.
can't really, it's great. There's a scene at the start where he's just like being a complete dick to this girl that he's like seeing and like not even realizing that he's doing it. He's just so oblivious like to any of those like emotions.
Wow. I will not see it then.
It's probably a good watch. I've watched it about fucking ages ago. I can't really remember it, but
Yeah, I probably butchered all the facts, but it's more or less something
No, I
like
believe
that.
you.
Yeah.
100%. How we going?
We're up at 48 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
radical.
Any final thoughts on all this? Potentially any PSAs?
You love your PSAs.
I do.
Get off Facebook, claw your life back, get a bit of a balanced perspective,
Hashtag
and then approach it with more of a moderate approach.
look up from your phone, see what's going on.
Talk to people on the train
Yeah, just go
and
up
keep
talk to
direct
people.
eye contact the entire time.
And like, if they're on their phone, smack it out of their hand.
Smack it out of the hand.
Nah, it's probably not a good idea. That last one.
Don't get sued.
Yeah.
Just cover my ass.
God damn.
I'm in agreement with all that. At least maybe first unfollow everything off your feed.
Yeah.
Take a minute and think, do I really need these pre-roll videos
Yeah.
of whatever the fuck someone, I don't know, car crash videos or whatever the fuck
And
are on Facebook now. I'm out of the loop,
Yeah,
so I don't know.
get me started on like clickbait articles and the Daily Mail and BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
That's another fucking topic for another day.
Yeah, that's
I think, though, one of the biggest take-home messages in light of all this social media craze is like us on Instagram as well.
the most
Exactly.
ironic shit.
I feel sick saying it, but yeah.
I have a lot less hatred towards Instagram than Facebook though. Like
Yeah, it's
Instagram,
chill.
I find is a lot more useful because it's more direct and to the point. Like here's a photo. Like there's no bullshit around it. You can just be like, oh, I want to look at fucking this tattoo artist. That's mainly my Instagram. You can be like, oh yeah, sick. I want to look at that and just scroll through sick tattoos. It's a bit more like direct and personal, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we don't post bottom of the barrel memes. We're not cultural
Degenerates.
degenerates.
That's a good word. Yeah.
I was trying to think of a good word, but they're all very pretty savage.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's all original content.
But yeah, get on it and
It's not gonna show
subscribe
up.
to the YouTube. Is YouTube social media? Would you call it that?
Nah,
You wouldn't?
that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, it
it's a
is.
television station.
It basically is.
Online television
It's taken
station.
over. R.I.P. Foxtel.
It's your tube.
Your turn now, Foxtel. Step up your game.
See ya.